Hi everyone, very good evening to the race briefing for Oceanic2. We're going to have a 5-minute delay. We'll be starting at 7:20, so please go get yourself a glass of water, cup of milk, and we'll be starting at 7:20 tonight. 7:20, there's a 5-minute delay. Thanks very much. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Oceanic Triathlon, where we hope to entertain and excite and thrill each and every one of you. Big welcome to everyone that has joined the chat this evening. We're currently sitting around 52. I'm sure we'll have a few more people. My name's John Norris. I will be the race director for this weekend, hosting each and every one of you lovely people. So a big welcome, a big thank you for signing up to this event. It is an extremely busy weekend. There's a lot of other events happening throughout Dubai and the UAE. And of course, we're exceptionally excited to be able to host the Oceanic Triathlon Series Tri-Corfa Khan event on Saturday with you all. We're still seeing a few people joining the chat room at the moment, so I'll just give you a brief rundown of exactly what I'm going to cover tonight and give you an opportunity to jump out of the conversation if you've seen the race brief before we enter into the Q&A. So I'm going to run through the format of the day and the event. I'm going to take you through the routes very shortly by sharing my screen, and then I will highlight a few areas which we believe need special attention from you, the athletes. And then towards the end, I will take questions and answers. If you do have any, please put them into the chat. We will try and keep up. Rebecca from the team here, as you know her, Bex, will be answering those questions. So a big thanks to Bex. She's also racing tomorrow, so she's trying to get an early night. I'm sure some of you as well are racing tomorrow. So big good luck to each and every one of you. And we, of course, hope to see you on Saturday morning, bright and early in Corfa Khan. So before we get going, I would just ask again, I have muted everyone in the chat. If you are able, for some technical wonder, able to unmute yourself, please keep quiet. And again, I'll answer any questions towards the end of the briefing. Should last no more than 30 minutes, so please, hope you're sitting comfortably. You've got some refreshment, you've had a little bit of dinner, and you're ready for your weekend. So I would like to say a big thank you, first of all, to the Oceanic Hotel, who year on year have been putting the triathlon series and hosting. This year as well, a special thanks to the Sharjah Sports Council, who have been very integral in the planning and preparation for the event. And without them, this really would not be possible. Of course, our nutrition sponsor, Secret Training, through the whole season, we've been working with them, second year. So big thanks to those guys. They will be on site. They will be activating around the swim start. You will see David and Rianka, who are the faces of Secret Training in the UAE. So please give them a big thank you from all of us for providing the nutritional needs. And of course, they will be out there through the day for you. In addition to that, Monviso Water, our season water partners, a big thanks to them, supplying and hydrating each and every one of you. One of the questions, the big questions that we had is, will we be having extra hydration aid stations on this event? And yes, we will. I'll outline exactly where they'll be located so you know what to expect shortly. But a big thanks to Monviso Water. I cannot explain how much they have helped in the last two events. Certainly if you were at the JLL3 race last weekend, we went through close to 3,500 bottles of water, and that was for 600 of you. So big thanks to them. Of course, this event wouldn't be possible without the local police and ambulances services. They will be on site to aid and assist you. We have a lot more control this year with this event, with the police and the efforts they've been making for us. That's part of the Sharjah Police and the Corfa Khan Police. So a big thanks to them. And I would ask as well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are out on the course, please bear in mind they are there for your protection. They're there to help you and aid this event to make it one of the best on the east coast of the UAE. So please do me a little favor, go and say thank you to them. It really does help. You would not believe the smiles we get from the local authorities simply because a little thank you was said to them as you either went past them on the bike or after the event. Of course, we would also like to welcome and thank the Triathlon Federation as part of a growing sport here in the UAE. They are integral in the planning and preparation with these events. And as always, we wouldn't be able to put the triathlon events on without the Triathlon Federation, their involvement, their input. So big thanks to them. And of course, you will see them up at the Corfa Khan event, staying at the Oceanic Hotel. And if you do see any of them again, Please thank them for what they're doing here in the UAE, bringing spotlight onto triathlon, growing the sector, the industry, and the amount of athletes that are here. So with all the thanks out of the way, I would like to move on now and just express it is a privilege for being able to host events in this unique period for RaceMe as well. We do have multiple meetings with government authorities throughout the weeks and months leading into these events, and it is a very unique period. And I would ask that you are very understanding in the regard for coming to the event, adhering to all of the rules and regulations. Where you may think some of them are a little bit extreme, believe you me, there are there for reason. We have had many conversations around why we do these things, and that is something we ask you just to adhere to. And at the end of the day, we'll all be able to leave safely, and I hope get through this period, come into the new season next September in 2021. Hopefully we will be rid of the pandemic and back to a normal operating procedure. That being said, we have put a lot of information out into the public domain as well to you through the emails, the athlete emails. And I would ask you just to adhere to all of those. Make sure you do read the rules and regulations. Unfortunately, we have seen a lot of people break those over the last few events, and they have resulted in disqualifications. If we see that again at this event, if you are putting anyone else, including my staff, in a jeopardizing position, any cheating, any aiding of people out on the course will result in a disqualification for that athlete. The key ones I'd like you to be very aware of for this event is, firstly, that you are wearing a mask at all times, covering your mouth and nose. Around your chin does not count. Please, over your nose and mouth at all times when you're not racing. This includes up to the swim start, as well as you finish the event. There will be masks handed out to you with your medals and water from Monviso. So please make sure you put the mask on, and when you do finish the event, you leave the finish area immediately to go and collect your bike. Social distancing of 3 meters at all times throughout the venue, please. It's very hard to tell who is who in terms of family. We know a lot of you from the season, but still, me and my staff, and particularly municipality, the crisis committee, Dubai police, health authorities, etc., they don't know who family members are. So only 1 child per adult, unless there is not a supporting parent, in which case 2 per adult, and no adults together. I will be enforcing this in a very strict manner. Please, 3 meters at all times. No spectators on the hotel grounds. All spectators will not be permitted to enter the venue unless you are a resident of the hotel or staying in the hotel. The finish area will be a sealed area. We do not want people congregating together at the finish line. I appreciate you want to cheer your family and friends over that period, but there is a very long broad walk. It is a public part of Corfu Khan. You are welcome to walk up the beachfront on the boardwalk, where the runners will be coming down, and cheer them from there. Please remember, when you are doing that, though, 3 meter distancing. When you finish the event, I would ask you to leave the area, as I've just mentioned. And I would also ask special consideration from each and every one of you around pictures for the event. We have been asked to manage and try and maintain all of these controls, social distancing, face mask, etc., and it does not help when the event is seen to have a disregard for these rules by social media. I appreciate you want to take that selfie, you want to get the great photo, but let the photographers of the event do that for you. Please ensure, if you are taking pictures after the event, you are maintaining the 3 meter rule and also the mask over your face and mouth. If you do wish to post something on social media, I would ask very kindly, make sure it is a solo photo, no one around you wearing your mask. Those are the big ones. If you can stick to those, I would be eternally grateful, as well as not having to make any decisions on the day to have people removed from the venue. So with that being said, we can move on to the slightly more exciting stuff, which is the race. So we are going to be in Corfu Khan. I will show you where that is on the map very shortly. I would ask that you read the race information pack. There will be a link being put in the chat area. Please make sure you read the race info pack, you're familiar with the routes, you know where you're going, you know what to expect on the day. All the information is in the race information pack. There'll be a link there shortly. You can read it directly from our website, and Rebecca will put that link into the chat. Bike racking will start from 4:45 in the morning to 5:55. There will be another link in the chat as well if you haven't seen it on your emails about the race registration information, who you are, your bib number, your bike racking time, your swim start time, your cap color, all of this information, very important when you come into registration for bike racking in the morning. You need to make sure you have all of this written on your waiver. There will be a waiver put into the chat as well. We need you to bring a signed declaration of your health to ensure that all of the athletes remain safe, as well as my staff. There are split times for bike racking. Classic has 2 groups, short has 1. When you've racked your bike, I ask you to leave as quickly as possible. You have 20 minutes to get through registration, bring your waiver, show me exactly who you are, and we will be taking temperature checks. So you have 20 minutes to get through that process, rack your bike, and then get to the beach. Please remember, when you come to registration in the morning, your race bags will already be sitting on your pole at your race number. So it's imperative, please guys, go onto the website now, look at your bib number, write it on your waiver at the top. It will speed up things so quickly. Once you get in, grab your bag, take the chip off of the top of the bag, which is hanging on the pole, and then you can start racking your bike and getting everything ready. When you come into the registration transition area, one of the team will give you this S-hook. Note my t-shirt. This is the Corsican t-shirt you will all be getting, the Tri-Corsican on the side here, and of course UAE, and then Sharjah Sports Council. So look out for these t-shirts. And while I'm on the subject of merchandise, any of you special category age group winners will be receiving one of these limited edition winner hats. This is the staff version, but there are first place winner hats which will be going out to each and every one of the age group winners. So when you come into registration, you'll collect one of these S-hooks. This is what you will use to keep all of your belongings on the bike. You will please use the race bag on the bottom end. This top bit goes over the pole next to your bike, and then the Race Me race bag will be hanging. This is where you leave all of your personal belongings. Please make sure that in that bag is anything that you will not need for the event. For the event, those items we ask are kept to a minimum. We will be running the same scenario as the last time in Corsican Oceanic back in October, and that is a racking station for the bikes and then a transition station for the run. I will explain all of this when we go through the course. So just to reiterate, there is a transition area for the bike and a transition area for the run. So when you come from the swim to the bike, you must have your bike shoes next to your bike on the floor. Anything else you need for the bike must be on the bike. There must be nothing else, please, in transition. It is a very tight area, and we do ask that you keep your items, personal or not, in the Race Me bag hanging on the rack. Anything you need from the race must be on top of the bike or your shoes on the floor. When you come back from the bike, you will rack your bike, you will run round to the shoe transition area, and that is where you will get changed into your running attire for the run section of the event. We do this for 2 main reasons. The first is to ensure that we maximize distancing within the transition area. And the second, we found that this is a lot easier and a speedier process for people going through transition. You will have a unique Race Me box, which will be consisting of your race numbers on one side, and in there you will put your race shoes and anything else you require for the run section. When you come off your bike, you will run to the transition run section, you will get your shoebox, or you will find where you left your shoebox. They are all chronologically in order as per the bib number. You will change, and then you will move out onto the run course. And I do ask here, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, if you come into bike racking and there is someone right next to you, we have plotted and planned all of the algorithms around keeping social distancing, and that's based on your rack time, your category, and your age group. So please remember, For some reason, if you're quick or slow and you come in on the bike and someone is there changing or racking their bike next to you, please give them the space or time they need. It's only going to cost you 10 or 15 seconds. If you're in a real hurry, one of my staff will be in transition. You can hand your bike to them, tell them your bib number, and then they will rack the bike for you on that number while you run around to the transition area. That will ensure you maximize and keep your distancing around the transition point. Again, I really would like to urge you all to maintain that 3-meter distancing. We are recording this briefing, so if you are late to the briefing, you will be able to watch it later online. I will post on email to each and every one of you a direction link Google for the event as well as this briefing. So once you have done your bike and you have moved on to the run, you will then come to the aid stations. And again, I will show you the routes. I think actually what we will do is we'll move to this. Once you've finished your bike racking in the morning, we will ask you to go to the beach. Only athletes who are participating in the event will be given access to the beach from the transition area. Anyone else as a guest of the hotel will have to access the beach, past the swimming pool, and walk down onto the beach that way. Only athletes who have racked their bike in transition area will be permitted onto the beach from that side. Everyone else must go from the other side of the hotel. Swim opens at 5:50. We will be doing the standardized Race Me pens to ensure that you keep 3 meters apart with the small cones all spread out for you to stand on. We'll be sending everyone off on a chip time. So that means your time will start when you cross our timing point, not on a wave start. So just because you're first back, into the finish line does not mean you necessarily are the fastest person of the day. We'll be sending everyone off very quickly, every 2 seconds. So if you're a fast swimmer, please ensure you stay at the front. That means you must come early at 5:50 when we open the swim pen and get you lined up. Please ensure that you stay 3 meters apart and that you keep your masks on until the start line. At that point, there will be rubbish bins, which you are able to take your mask off and place in the bin just before you start the event. Once you enter the water, good luck. I'm going to share my screen now so you can start to see some of these routes and understand exactly what I am referring to. So my screen is now shared. You should all be able to see my Corsican logo on the PDF. The swim course, well, let's first of all have a look at where you're planning on going. Just one sec. So when you come in out of Dubai, we're going to be heading over to the east coast of the UAE into Corsican. For those that have been there, you know it's beautiful. You have to cross this wonderful mountain range, and then you'll come down into the other side, and this is Corsican. We will be staying in the luxurious Oceanic Hotel, which is this here, and we will be swimming straight out of the hotel into this area. Transition will consist of this part of the car park. You will enter transition this way, you will rack your bike in this part, and then you will walk to the swim start round the back of the villas. These are luxury villas. You should try one. They're very enjoyable. We have been fortunate enough to be put up in those whilst doing recce's of the area. So a big thanks to the Oceanic Hotel for that. Please email them or message them on the day when you're at the hotel if you have inquiries. So this is the beach where we'll be doing our swim start from. And now I will jump to the swim course. So swimmers, if you're doing classic, you will be blue. And if you are doing short, you will be yellow. The blues will start first. You'll swim out to the first buoy. You'll swim all the way to the second buoy, right to the third buoy, right again, and then the last buoy you will indicate as a left turn back into the beach. We're going to be setting the classic off as close to civil light as possible. I will then be making sure that we get as many of you back in the 20 minutes allotted before we set the short course off. Depending on the light, we've set a time for 6 a.m. At JLL, we were able to send everyone off at 6 a.m. I'm hoping at this point, with the way the sun is rising in the east, we will be able to go earlier, which is why I'd like everyone into the swim transition, the swim pen start as close to 5:50 as we can. We may well try and set you off as early as possible to help with the heat. So classics will leave on the blue line. You'll go to the furthest buoy first, right turn to the next buoy, right turn to the next buoy, right turn to the next buoy. The last buoy is a left back into the beach. Shorts will be going at 6:20. They will be going on the yellow out lane, turning and coming back down. There may be a merge at this point as you swim around the buoy. I will have the buoys separated to allow enough of a channel. Not everybody swims in a straight line though, do they, Rebecca? And that is why we ask all classic swimmers and fast short swimmers just to sight well and see who is coming at that point. Once you get back into the beach, you will then move into transition for the bike route. I'm going to bring my other map here. So the transition, you will run the way you came from bike racking. You will run back up into the transition area. You will find your bike here, and then you will head out onto the bike course and turn right at the roundabout. I'll show you this in a bit more detail, but I did want to explain that before I talk about the route. This is the classic route, ladies and gentlemen. So the hotel is here at roundabout 1. You will be turning right out of the hotel up to roundabout 2, where you will do a U-turn. You will come back down on the other side of the road, all the way through town. Enjoy your ride. It is beautiful. It is a live bike course, and by that I mean there will be traffic. We have one lane which is completely dedicated to the event, thanks to the Corfu police. However, we can't predict everything. Our cones are spaced scientifically to ensure drivers are not able to drive in that lane, but please be vigilant. Once you get past all of these roundabouts, you will then come down to the bottom, which is the port, roundabout 4. This is the turn point for the short course. The classics will keep going and follow the line all the way around the ring road till the roundabout 8. When you come in from Corfu tomorrow, if you're driving down tomorrow, you'll likely come down this road, which is very beautiful. It is from the dam at the top. Take care when you come down here. It's very steep, but you may want to jump on the course and just take a view of the course. I would urge each and every one of you, if you are coming to the event on Friday tomorrow, take a drive, be familiar with where you're going, understand the roads and the elevation. There are a couple of hills and there are a couple of danger spots I'll point out to you shortly. So the classic guys, you will come around this roundabout, then you will head back to town on the same route over the big roundabout with the beautiful fountains. You will head all the way on the same route that you came out to the roundabout, and then you will head down the front of the beach. As I said, it is a live course. Please ensure you are very familiar with where you are going. So we're now back in the transition area. This is roundabout 1. All of the roundabouts will be coned and controlled by the RaceMe staff, as well as police from the local municipality. So you will come out of the hotel transition area. You will merge across onto the inside lane and you will go up this road on the inside. You will stay on the inside for the whole of that road. When you come up to roundabout 2, if you remember, roundabout 2 is at the top here. You will stay on the inside. This roundabout will be temporarily closed for you to keep the inside lane all the way around the roundabout and head back to town. You will note, if you did the event in October with us, Oceanic Triathlon Series, the first event, we made you turn early at the bottom of the roundabout. This time, the police have agreed we have control of the full roundabout. you will have a longer turn around the whole roundabout back down to town. When you get through that, you will be then back down to roundabout 1, coming down the inside. You will then maintain the inside lane and continue through town on the inside lane. You will then drive all the way through town, enjoying the beautiful scenery till you come to roundabout 3. You will stay on the inside of this one as well, and you will keep on the inside until you get down to roundabout 4. This direction is different from my last screen. I know on the way out, we're going from the top of the screen to the bottom. On this roundabout, you will actually be entering it from the bottom on the inside. If you follow my cursor down at the bottom, you will stay on the inside. Those doing classic will merge right, and they will take that right turn. Please note, classic riders, we change the lane you are riding in at this point. You were on the inside coming into this roundabout. You will now be on the outside. Short riders, you will stay on the inside. You will keep on the inside as you come around this roundabout. You will stay on the inside. You will leave the roundabout on the inside, heading back to the hotel on the inside. This is now for classic only. Classic, you will be coming down from the top of the screen. You'll be turning right on the outside, and you will maintain all of the rest of your bike ride on the outside till you get back to this roundabout. So roundabout 5 outside, you will come into roundabout 6 on the outside. You will stay on the outside. You will keep going on the outside. You will climb this beautiful hill, which will test all of your skill, ability, endurance, and hydration. You will stay on the outside, and then you will come down into this lovely new developed masterpiece, iconic to Corsican, which you will have driven through. This roundabout, you will stay on the outside. You will stay all the way on the outside, and you will keep going. When you get to roundabout 8, which is the turn point, you will still be on the outside, and then we will push you again onto the inside of the roundabout and then move you back to the outside to head back along the way you came. I will be sharing this document with you through an email after the event, after the race briefing. So you will have time to review this, and I would ask you go and drive the routes as well for me, please. Once you have made this turn classic riders only, you will be heading back to town. So what will happen is you will be coming back this way on this roundabout. You will maintain the outside lane again. This is a steep hill. I'm going to show you a visual of this shortly, just so you can appreciate what sort of terrain you are signed up for. But when you come around, you will maintain the outside of this roundabout. You will climb up the hill, and then you will come back this way on the other side of the road on the outside. This is a danger area. As you come down this hill, you could possibly hit 60, 70 kilometers an hour worth of speed. I will show you a visual of this shortly, just so you understand what we are discussing here. There is some bad tarmac on the roundabout where my mouse is moving. Kate, don't worry, I will post this in an email, this video, so you can review later if you missed some of it. Once you get through this roundabout, you will continue on the outside. You will be coming down here on the way back for the classic riders. You will stay on the outside, and then you will come back into roundabout 4 on the outside, which is where we will merge you back to the inside. If you are a speedy classic swimmer and a speedy classic bike rider, guys, please make sure you are aware you will be merging with the short distance bike riders at this point. This is a merge point. You will both then come round together and head back to the hotel on the inside lane. So everything coming from the hotel to this roundabout is inside. Everything after this roundabout for the classics will be outside lane. Everything will be coned. We have marshals and police and civil defense volunteers on each and every roundabout. So a big thanks for them and their participation with assistance for the event. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the bike route. I'm now going to jump onto the visual so you can see some of the areas that I would like you to pay particular attention to. So between these two areas is where you make a climb on the bike. When you come down into this roundabout, it is fairly steep, so we will take a quick view of this. So you will be coming up this road on your way out, and then you will be coming down this hill. Doesn't look steep, but you go drive it, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll have fun going out, coming back. We'll see what your legs say afterwards. So you come into this roundabout and you'll be going straight through. When you come back out of this roundabout, I would like you to enjoy the climb up the hill. And then when you get to the top, make sure you take a drink of water. The excitement starts as you come back down the other side. This next part is where you are likely to break the land speed record. So once you get to the top of the hill in this area, you start your descent. You will be in the outside lane as you come down. And as we come down this hill, it's hard to tell on Google. However, it is steep and you come into this blind roundabout very quickly. You can see the turn here. There is a big sign warning you there's a roundabout, but I guarantee this will catch a couple of you out. As you come down to this roundabout, please, we will have marshals here asking you to slow down. It does come up on you fast, and there is a very sharp right turn at the bottom here. And then you have to make a left. So I'm just going to reverse back up. Take one more look. That corner is sharper than you think. We also have only one lane, and I don't want you drifting into any car that might be coming down the left-hand side. So when you come into the roundabout as well, please note you will be using the outside area here. And there are some areas on the ground that have been chewed up. Here we go. These areas are still a concern at 60, 70 kilometers an hour. You can see how a lot of cars have gouged the bottom of their engine and have gone flying into this area. This is a known hotspot in Corfu Khan, ladies and gentlemen. Please, these gouges in the road are deep. When you do come through this, I would like you to take care. There are lots all through here, and we have seen many a car end up in this area outside off the road, and that is something that we would like you to be aware of. So please just take a look. Do drive the route beforehand. Make sure you know about this. Coming through here at 20, 30 kilometers an hour is manageable. Coming through here at 60, 70 will unstick even the best riders. So that is a potential area you need to please be aware of. So that is the bike route. Once you get through these two areas, when you come back on the broad walk, you'll be cycling down. It is a beautiful part of town. The sun will be shining. You're almost home. Please don't let your guard down, because there is an amazing new development on the side opposite the hotel. It is the Corfu Khan Amphitheater. So please, again, go and take a look, have a little walk. What I would ask you to do, though, is pay particular attention on the bike at this point. The hotel is here where my mouse is, and the amphitheater is almost 200-300 meters before it. But when you're driving down this road, a lot of tourists, a lot of drivers in their cars have not seen this before, and they tend to put their brakes on in the middle of the road and stop and look at the amphitheater. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to look at the amphitheater, do it in your own time after the race. There'll be plenty of time for this. During your race, please be extra vigilant as you come through this section. Those are the two areas that I would like you to pay attention to. Thank you. I know I'm running on a little bit. You can always come and view this after the event. So when you come into the transition area, this is the area you will enter. You will then rack your bike. This section here is where the run transition will be. You will rack your bike, run into the run transition, change your shoes, and then you will run out along the bottom here and onto the boardwalk. You'll be running down the boardwalk. This is the first aid station. It is at the turn point for the short course, 1.25 kilometers. Classics, short, please take water here. Shorts, you will turn and head back to the finish. Classics, you will keep going. You will then access the new installation by Khorfar Khan on this beachfront, Khorfar Khan Beach. There will be another aid station at this point for you. It's roughly another kilometer on. You will pass this, you will keep running, you will run around the back and then along the beachfront, where you will come to a third aid station. This is your turn point. Please be aware, last time, a lot of people thought the cones in the middle of the track were not for them. They jumped over the cones and they kept running along the beach back to the hotel. That will result in a disqualification. You must make the turn and you run back the way you came. It is a 3.25 kilometer out and back course. That will get you back to the finish. This is your run course, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate 7 kilometers is not 3.25 in terms of half distance, but you run the excess amount as you come out of transition before you reach parallel with the finish line. The finish line is in the Aldana Grand Ballroom entrance. You'll be running up across the finish line and then you will exit and back to the hotel car park. That concludes the routes. That concludes the swim, bike and run element of the race briefing. There is very little left for me to talk about. I would also like to ask to make sure when you come over the finish line, ladies and gentlemen, you take your medal, you take your mask. There will be a 1 liter bottle of Monviso water for you. Please take this, hand sanitize, leave your race chip with us, and proceed immediately to collect your bike. Breakfast will be open from 8:30. We aim to do prize giving based on the finishing times around 10:15. This will be in the hotel grounds, yet to be determined by hotel management and the municipality. We believe we know where the area is. It will be immediately next to the breakfast. However, we will ask and let you know nearer the time. That will be from 10:15. I would ask, as I always do, ladies and gentlemen, please, regarding the aid stations, do not talk to the staff. They're not there to answer how far you've been, how many laps you've got to go. The answer is 0 laps. It is an out and back run course. You take a bottle of water and you move on. There will only be water at the aid station. If you require more fluids, please take them with you. There are 3 aid stations. Classic will pass 5 times on a 7K course. The shorts is a rough 1.25 out, 1.25 back. There is an aid station you will pass once. If you do require extra water, please take a water bottle and empty a water bottle from the aid station into your bottle as you're running, if you require more than 5 aid stations on a 7K course. Please, there will be no ice handed out. There will be no sponges. You will not have access to any cold water or any of the ice bins. This is for my staff only. You are not allowed to dip any of your items in the cooler boxes for cooling down. Please have no interaction with the staff. And that brings me on to the staff in general. Ladies and gentlemen, all of my staff are there for the love and enjoyment of the sport. Please bear in mind, they are going to be facing roughly 300 of you. You may see 2 or 3 of them, but they will be seeing over 300 of you multiple times. Please make sure you wear masks when discussing anything with them. Please keep your distance. Please always smile. They've been there setting up tomorrow in the heat. They will also have been up very early. They're on the roads around 1 a.m. doing the cones. Please ensure you take their safety as seriously as I do. please look after them for me. They've been amazing all season. I would like all of them to be here next season, as I'm sure they will. Please give them the love and attention we try to, as well as saying thank you to them. I know I've said it a lot, but it means a lot to us. They do it for the love of the sport. Not all of them are there to be paid. Majority of volunteers on the day. Please thank them for what they're doing. They are there for me. They are there to help keep you safe. That is their primary role, is to ensure your safety and make sure you have a great day. Please, if you have any questions, come and see me. I'll be walking around on the day. My name is John. If you have any comments, give me the feedback. I'm more than happy to take it for you. Shouting at my staff for any reason on the day is not acceptable behavior. If they ask you to do something, please do it. They're doing it for the safety of the event and all the other athletes. You may not understand or agree with them on the day, but they're doing it for a very good reason, and I would really appreciate your help in that matter. I really hope everyone has a great day. We are excited to end the season here with the Oceanic Hotel, the Corfacon, Tri-Corfacon series, of course, the Dubai population that have come over to enjoy Corfacon and everything it has to offer. We do like having and seeing everyone enjoy themselves, which is why the Sharjah Sports Council are involved in promoting this area. And if you are able to spend some time in the area, we do thoroughly advise you go and look at Kabul. It is very beautiful, as are the mountain ranges. Any feedback or questions, please, you can send us on the day an email. However, we are going to be very busy trying to make you happy. That concludes the race briefing for the Oceanic. I apologize, it has dragged on a little bit past 30 minutes. We are 40 minutes in now, so do forgive me on that. If you would like to part from the race briefing, please do. I'm going to open up the microphone now for anybody that would ask, like to ask any questions. I'm just trying to figure out how I unmute everybody. There we go. So if you have any questions for me, you'd like to see me share the screen, I can explain anything 100 times. I might need a sip of water before I do that. But if you are able to, if you would like to ask a question, then please come ask. Is that Manal Rostum?
Hi, John. Yes, it is. Hi, John. How are you?
Nice to see you again, Manal. How's life?
And you? Very good. I'm going to see you on Saturday, and I have two lovely teams joining. I'm sorry if I missed it, but I just want to know, so I'm doing the swim part. So where do we actually meet our teammates? Do we come all the way up?
No, very good point. You didn't miss it. I completely forgot to explain. So you will stand by the bike rack point. So if you are a swimmer, you will finish the swim. You will run into transition where your biker will be. Your biker will be ready to go. You will bend down on one foot like you are in your lovely picture, your profile picture. You will take your ankle chip off. You will put it on your bike person ankle, and they will run out and continue the bike. When they come back from the bike, the runner will be standing at the bike rack point. When they come in, the bike person will rack their bike. They will take their bib off. The runner, I advise, will bend down and get the ankle chip and put it on themselves. When they stand up, the biker will be able to pass the bib to them, and then they can run out of transition and continue the run section of the race.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, John.
That's how I do it. You don't have to do it that way. You can high five virtually without touching each other, but that is the safest way that we have found over the last couple of races.
Cool.
Bye, Manal. Can't wait to see you. Thanks. Yes. Who is this? Aaron, how can I help?
Oh, thank you. I'm Professor Dr. Arun Kumar from Abu Dhabi. I just wanted to know, do you need a valid COVID test to be shown on the mobile or something?
We always prefer to see a valid test. However, if you are able to fill out the waiver, Bex can drop a copy of the link to download the waiver. We have Arabic as well as English, which were sent out on the emails. If you could fill those out, if you answer yes to any of them, then my staff will ask you some questions in the morning. If you answer no to all of them, then that will result in a speedier access to the transition areas for bike racking.
Thank you, John. Very good briefing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll see you on the day. Have a great evening.
And any recommended place to stay on Friday? I mean,
Yeah, Oceanic
I was asking
Hotel.
Rebecca.
Oceanic Hotel.
Is there a contact name of a person I can contact for the
They just
accommodation?
tell them you're part of the race and they will do what they can. I'm not sure what the occupancy is at the moment. I know they were getting full, so I would urge anyone that's planning on staying up, if they haven't got a room, give them a call. And they do have backup options. They do have some options for you if they are full. They are trying to work with all the other chains of hotels to ensure that we oversubscribe into the area.
Thank you, John.
Pleasure, Aaron. Do you have different shoes on the bike stage to the running stage, or can you just wear trainers throughout? Maureen, you can wear trainers throughout if that's what your bike pedals are set up for. You do not need anything special. Elite, this is a sport for everyone, all abilities, all ages. Anyone can come and do what they feel they need. So yeah, you can run in after your swim, put your trainers on, go out on your bike, and then you don't even need to go through the run transition box area. You just go straight out the timing gate.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Armel, of course you can.
Hi, I'm a pretty slow swimmer, and Rebecca said there's a 30-minute cutoff time there. Is that going to be strictly enforced, or?
If you're on the short course, 30 minutes will be strictly enforced. But are you classic or short?
I'm classic.
Let's see, classic, 800 meters, 30 minutes. Have you done your time? Do you think you're going to be close, or do you think?
I think I'm going to be, I might be, say, 5 minutes longer than that.
I'll give you 5 minutes. How about that?
Yeah, that's great. Okay, sounds good. Right. Cheers, John. Thank you.
No worries. We'll see you on the day. Oh, Armel, if you just come and say, I'm Armel, we spoke in the race briefing, then I'll just keep an eye on you, just so we know where everyone's at on the day.
Cheers.
I'd like to...
Cheers, because I'm a breaststroke swimmer, so I'm quite slow. Yeah.
Me too. Don't worry about it.
All right. Cheers, John. Thank you.
John, be considerate on the timing if you can. The cutoff times.
So strictly speaking, we have advisory cutoff times. I would like to ensure that most people are out of the water within that 30-minute period. And we do that primarily because it is going to start to get hot, and we do want to make sure that you are not stuck out in the sun past the wrong time. So I'd like to see, are you doing classic?
Yes, I'm doing the classic. I'm on the other side of the veterans, that is close to 60. So.
Oh, well, that's good. We have a new age group, 60 plus as well, because there's so many 50 to 59-year-olds entered. We decided it was best to split that as best we can. And yeah, so you could very well be coming away with a little age group trophy there.
Getting close to 60, not yet, but that's okay. Thank you. All
right, so yeah, we would like we kind of anticipate for the classics, the last swimmer, last biker is going to be somewhere around 6:30, 6:35. Taking a 20-kilometer average on the bike, the last bike will be back around 8. So I'd like to see the bike course cleared by 8, last run out 8:15, last finisher before 9 o'clock. So there's about a 50-minute allocation on the run. There's that's kind of a bit like a walking pace. There's also a 20-kilometer an hour average on the bike, so you should be an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes be back in on that. I need to ensure that because we're on a live section of road, that we are not creating more danger by a buildup of cars versus the bikes in the early start time. So we have rough guides in terms of the discussions with the police. However, we will enforce if people are over those worst case scenario times.
John, just a question. It's the first one for myself. Short. I'm doing the short. My wife and myself are looking forward to it.
You're gonna love it.
Just, I still haven't received all the information like the rack number and stuff. I guess that's still going to be coming out.
Yeah. So Is your name Belinda or is this someone else's account?
No, Belinda's my wife. My name's Gray.
Okay, great. Rebecca is going to drop in the chat window now a link which will let you find your details on our website, and you can then also see who you're racing against. She will also drop a link for the last email we sent out to everybody, so you can read the information on that. And that has all there, she's just done it now. So that is the link with all of your race information. You can search your name and also your wife's. And then the next link she's going to put in there is going to be the last email that went out, so you can have a read, and all the important downloads, waivers, etc. is on that email.
Okay, great. Thanks, John.
Yeah, Penny, but you can only ask a question if you come online. Penny, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Excellent. Okay, this is my first attempt at this sort of event. I'm a little old lady. It's a
Don't be
bucket list
silly.
thing. I'm in the 50 to 59 age group. Now, I was under the impression it's a community event. It all sounds very, very professional. My times, I'm doing the short course, and my time should be around an hour 5, an hour 10. Is that going to be okay, or is there a cutoff that's going to exclude me from finishing the run?
No, not at all. You'll be fine.
Okay, so that's all good.
Yeah, your swim starts 6:20. I'd like to see the last finisher back by 5 to 8. So if you're an hour 10, an hour 20, you're gonna be fine.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, and thanks for putting this together. I know it's a massive challenge for you guys, and we're very, very appreciative.
Thanks, Penny. Come say hi. I'd like to thank you personally. Let me know who you are, and I can cheer you over the finish line.
Okay, bib number 96. I'll be expecting you to cheer.
You know I'll see over 300 bibs on the day, but I'll recommend.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very
All right,
much.
take
Thanks.
care.
Thanks, Rebecca, as well.
Eileen sent a question. Eileen, do you want to come on the group and ask it? My colleague here, Eileen. Hi, Rebecca. My tri-suit does not cover my shoulders, just a tank top. Does it need to be a t-shirt style? Thank you for being very informative. Eileen.
Yeah, it's me. My name is actually Owen. I'm on my mum's account.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're Irish. I pronounced it wrong.
Yeah, no worries. Rebecca actually got back to me. She said the tank top is fine.
As long as you're comfortable and it's safe and it's not going to drag you down on the swim, I'm happy.
Okay, great. Thanks a million for organizing everything. Very appreciative.
Look, thanks for signing up. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do it. So it's mutual respect. Thanks to everyone for coming and working with us to make this one of the best triathlons in Corsican.
Okay, cool. Looking forward to meeting you on Saturday.
Pleasure. All right, guys, come on, throw them at me. Who else is out there? Do we have anyone else? Any other questions? I can go through routes. I can show you screen shares. I can discuss any part of the course with you, the swim, the bike, the run, aid stations. You got any information? Don't be shy. Put it in the chat or ask me now. If nobody's got any more questions by 8:15, I will terminate the chat. If you are done with questions, understanding race briefing, then please leave the chat now. If you have anything else, then let me get on with creating the email that I will send out so you can find where to receive this race briefing for further review.
John, I had a quick one. Do you have a contact number, contact person in the hotel? Because I've sent an email, as Rebecca said, to reservations. Do you have any contact there? Any number to call? Because there's very less time.
Yeah, our bat phone doesn't really work. So I do have a number for very senior people in the organization, and I will ask them to get back to you. I've just posted the hotel reception telephone number in the group chat. Try giving them a call on that.
Very kind of you.
And yeah, see where you go. But they are lovely, lovely, lovely people at reception. So if they don't get back to you, it's because I imagine right now they are right in the middle of their evening meal service, and it is one of the busiest periods for them on a Thursday night. But give them a call, and as I said, Aaron, they're fantastic people. It's why we partner with them, and they'll take care of you.
And do you have an email or something where I can send an email?
Yeah, info@raceme.ae. Or do you mean for the hotel?
Hotel, I have it, but your email, John, or anybody?
Yeah, I just put it in the chat for you.
Excellent.
info@raceb.ae.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank
My
you.
pleasure, sir. We look forward to seeing you on the finish line. Smiles and a bottle of water when you're done.
Good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, who else? Belinda, Aaron, Ben, Diago, Eileen, Jamie, Janet, John, Laura, Maureen, Neil, Pedro, Rebecca, Samia, Waleed. If you guys are done, please exit. If you have put your computer on mute and you're just staying in the chat room, just to let you know, I am going to cut and disrupt the room in 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. Oh, they're dropping like flies now. So Rebecca, how was it for you? Did your lovely boyfriend, Alex, listen to the briefing? Does he have any questions?
John, any WhatsApp number to contact anybody if there's any questions?
No, you can send an email to info. We'll be on those tomorrow. We don't actually run a WhatsApp account, but we're pretty good on the emails. So yeah, if you have any last minute questions, otherwise we'll be setting up in the venue tomorrow, so you can come and ask us face to face when we're there. What time tomorrow, Nadi? What time tomorrow? What time what tomorrow? What time you're setting up things tomorrow at the Oceanic Hotel? We'll be there from 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh. Very kind of you. Thanks for everything, John. Very kind of you. Thank you. No problem. Have a good evening. Thank you, sir. Right, Ben Crickenen, any questions? If not, please leave the chat. Lara, Shady, any questions? Miriam, anyone got any questions? No? Last chance. 3, 2,